Here is an EOA Live LeGrand story.
Last week, Grande Middle School held a camp for the Dreams program, a new program that aims to help 6th grade students in multiple areas understand their life goals and some methods for achieving them. Father Saji, founder of the Dreams program here in LeGrand, visited the studio with other mentors to talk about the program.
Dreams program, let us dream, basically. It started in Louisiana with a student of Louisiana University. He did as his thesis for his doctrinal studies. So as we see, the different letters shows dreams, desire, readiness, action, mastery, success. These are the ones really helps us, the children of the 6th graders, to have a leadership program, psycho-emotional and social skills are developed through active involvement with 3 levels of mentors. Community mentors as Zee Koza and a group of people in that level, and university mentors like Brittany and Molly Smith, and there are many students who are helping us as mentors, and all are benefiting out of it. That is the beauty of the program. Each one is learning. Basically, it's a leadership program for 6th graders. It's a 3-year program, but everyone, their personal experience, everyone who is partaking in this program is making use of it. They are growing every day. Whenever, so we start with 5 days camp, and we have follow-up programs every quarterly. And the 2nd year also we have 5-day camp and follow-up. 3rd year we have 5-day camp and follow-up. So it doesn't end with 1-week camp, and it goes, and mentoring goes on for 3 years for those children of 6th grade, 7th grade, and 8th grade. Then they're on.
So my part of the Dreams Camp was, I was kind of recruited by Father Saji, and I tried to never miss a chance to help out my community and help out, So when Father Saji told me about the camp, I was really intrigued. It was really it sounded like a really good program for everyone to get things out of and really interact with kids, which I think I needed, because I'm thinking about being an elementary school teacher. So it really helped out with that. And my role, I was the MC at the Dreams Camp. So I kind of had to transition and make sure everyone was having fun, being on task. So that was my role in the Dreams Camp.
One of the things I liked most was the interaction with the individual students. We didn't expect them to be at any particular level. We would meet everyone where they were and talk about individually what they would like to do. So one of the things I loved doing was sitting with the kids one by one, talking about goals, talking about their dreams, talking about how they were going to achieve the goal, and what personal commitment they were going to have to this. And Father has a book, and this is their journal, and this will be following them with 3 years with the goals they have now, and see what other goals are important to them as we go along. We had one girl who was particularly impressive. She said she'd never had a goal before, and I said, well, let's make one. And her goal was to get more A's in school, and that just warms your heart when that's the first thing they think of doing. We had different people from different places in the community. I'm a psychologist, so I was able to bring some words about attitudes and emotions and how they're growing, and I ended up giving them some suggestions of things I wish I had known when I was going into the 6th grade, and one of them was to always be kind. The second one was to listen to your gut and pay attention if something is wrong. You think it's wrong, it probably is. And the third one was not to hang out with jerks, even if you think they're really, really cute.
Zee did give a really good speech. I was more in charge of games and activities, so we kind of focused. Each day we had a different subject we were hitting. So the first day was self-concept and self-worth. The second was attitudes and emotions. and so on. But I remember we had activities like we put on our last, it was Thursday, it was like our goals and our values. We put that, and that's when Scott Carpenter, there we go. He came in, and we put goals in balloons, and we kind of threw them around, and then we popped other people's goals, and like we read them out loud, and we didn't judge at all. We were just open-minded, and it was a really good activity.
It's of course a 3-year curriculum already set, so they are going to each day when we have the 5-day camp with the different themes each day, and speakers comes from this community. Like we had police chief Harvey, and our ex-professor of the university, Lyle Schwartz, and of course Zee Koza. There was a carpenter, and Al. So it's 5 days, 5 people, those who are excelling in this community in different capacities. So that really brings the beauty of the program, the community involvement to help out to reach the dreams and goals.
The 6th graders have a lot on their plate. You know, they're starting a new school, new friends, their bodies are changing. 6th grade is sixth graders, you know, have it could be a tough year, and middle school is not always the easiest for all the kids. Some kids it's breeze, some kids it's not. We just hope that they have enough belief in themselves, enough, you know, that they come out of this with dreams. We hope they come out of here with dreams, that they themselves can do something with your life. Don't, you know, go for it. Never give up, just keep going.
The kids all had grown just in 1 week. And I think the thing that I noticed most was leadership. We had a lot of people who were very quiet the first day. One young man didn't speak at all, and they became comfortable. I think a lot of the games that Brittany started that were inclusive, and that everyone was involved. There was no judging, there was no odd man out. Everyone was appreciated for the things that they brought. And we had people at the very end stand up and say what they had learned that week. On Friday, Father had arranged it, so we had the parents and grandparents and friends come so that everyone could hear what they had done. And without being asked, a lot of the young folks stood up and said what they had learned that week and what they were looking forward to do as the program came on. And that's what warms your heart.
Yeah, that's so true. Yes, there was, I remember in my group we had a couple kids that wouldn't talk at all to us, and then after even the first day we played bump, and after that they all like spoke, and they were all super sweet, and there was a lot of leadership, yes, and there was like a lot more smiles, and it's just so impressive to see someone so shy at the beginning of the week and then having them speak out loud in front of a pretty big audience, you know, by themselves, which was so awesome. It really did warm my heart. And they were all, even at the end, you know, they all gave us hugs, and it was just it was a really good improvement.
So the main important thing how this program is happening through mentoring. We have 3 groups. Children are divided into 3 groups, and each group get a senior mentor, like community mentor and a college mentor. And there are 5 child in a group. They are getting personal attention and guidance and mentoring through, it's just like a family, father, mother, and children. So when go to that family unit, that really helps to have individual attention on each child and help them to bring them up their skills and their values.
These kids come in and they're quiet and shy, and even by the end of the week we saw huge improvement.
Oh my God.
And so at the end of 3 years, when we asked them, hey, what are your goals? And they're just going to say, hey, this is what I'm going to do with my life. This is what I want to be. That's what I'm hoping to see, is a child that can speak up for himself.
Empowerment.
Instead of, the empowerment part, there you go. Instead of kind of, tipping their head down and, I don't know. We want to try and teach them that, the sky's the limit.
3 years curriculum is already set. So the follow-up, how it is going to be a quarterly follow-up, and also second year camp and third year camp. Each one has got a theme. Each day's theme is there. Based on that, it follow-up goes for 3 years. So exactly we follow. This is a workbook for the children. Each one is given and they have to fill a lot of data about themselves in the pages. And so once it's their own, they set the goal and the mentors will check into that how far they are achieving the goals, and through the 3 years of curriculum follow-up, finally they will be great persons to serve our community in the future. There may be exceptional cases. Some may have their own personal issues, but mostly I have seen in other centers where we have this program follow-up, most of them are so interested to continue with the program because they know the value of it. They know how much it is helping them. So mostly all participate in it, every follow-up program. In case they are not coming 1 or 2 programs, still we will take them up and help them out. That is why the mentoring is happening. There is an individual contact with the mentors and the individual child. If one is not able to come for one follow-up, but we'll help them out to come up to follow up the goals in life.
We have our own group of 5 folks that we're involved with. Brittany and I were in the same group, and so we got to know those kids very well. We'd like to know the other groups as well too. Mm-hmm. I think it's the first time some of these youth have had an adult or a mentor who talks to them about what they're interested in, what works for them, what they want to do in the future. These young folks are 11 and 12, and that's pretty daunting, where they might have been afraid to speak out the first of the week. By Friday, they were just singing about everything they were doing now and looking forward to doing in the future. One of the things they wanted to make sure is that we would be there. We would follow them, that there wouldn't be new people coming next year, and that was a promise we made to them. We're in it for their entire journey through the Dreams program.
Some of the challenges that I faced was, well, I kind of signed up to do a lot of things during the camp, so I was a little stressed. I wanted to make sure everything went good for the kids so they can have a great time, improve, grow good leadership and social skills to make good decisions. And I was just, some of the kids also, because they're kids, a lot of them, they didn't want to sing the very first day, or they didn't want to do a skit. So we had to encourage them by having ourselves as mentors in the skit or singing to kind of be an example, and they kind of followed through with that. So that was really the only challenge I faced.
So as Brittany mentioned, one of the main challenges which we have is for any program to launch it, we have to have a lot of groundwork and getting now enough number of mentors and volunteers. That is one of the challenge. Since we are just started this year, launched the program to LeGrand this year, many people are not aware of what is it and how it's going to happen. So first year, the main challenge was to get enough people to be involved to have this program to be launched. So that is why Brittany and Molly, they had to have a lot of things to be done. But I'm very, very sure and very hopeful next year onwards, there will have more people joining this program. It's just a voluntary program, maybe spending 40 hours in a year. Nothing else we want, only 40 hours in a year. Anybody is welcome, those who can volunteer, 40 hours a year, and meet any of the mentors or people. Then actually, Brittany, she brought one of her friends this year. That really helped.
Yeah.
So it works like that. If we know someone who is able to spend some time for a good cause, they are in.
Yeah. So yesterday I saw we were on front page of the Observer, and I was just so happy. So I posted a video about it on Instagram, and a lot of people, they slid up, and they were super proud, and they were wondering how they can get involved. And I let them know that we're going to have following up meetings, so they can come and volunteer. So I thought social media and just kind of posting about it would be a really good method to get people to come by and help.
This is a wonderful community, and so often we look at community as being adults or being Eastern folks or being people in the business community, and we are starting where community involvement really begins, and that's with kids going into the 6th grade. We want them to know their community, know their fellow students, know their teachers, know people who make LeGrand run and want to be a part of that. There's no age commitment for being part of LeGrand, and that's one of the best parts of the program. There's a place for everyone.
It's, you know, it's a first for here in LeGrand, but this has been a successful program in other states. And that was even part of our training, you know, where we had a guy from Louisiana, and he just completed 4 camps. And so he was helping us through on how to, you know, this was our first year, so we learned a lot. It'll get smoother every year, but yeah, it is a successful program in other areas.
I would like to think that we can grow. I mean, that's our first year, it was perfect. You know, 15, 20 kids, that was perfect for us. But, you know, every year we're going to add on, even if we added on 15 to 20 new 6th graders, it's going to keep growing every year, right? So by the end of 3 years, theoretically, we'd have 20, 40, 60 kids. Oh dear God.
Like 60.
60 kids. Yeah. And hopefully we can grow, and to grow, we're going to need more community support. We're going to need more people like us, community mentors, as well as some more college students. But, you know, we all learn from it. I mean, it was a great week. It was incredible what it made me think.
My phone number is 541-962-5574. Those who like to be involved with the dreams, let's all dream together and help this program to flourish in LeGrand.